Hi, I'm Peter Jones, Chartered Surveyor, author and property investor. In an earlier video I was talking about the best way to raise bank finance and suggesting that the best way is to have a decent broker. Another thing that you need to be thinking about, of course, is what particular property strategy are you following? If you're going to be doing buy-to-lets, then you want to have a broker who is really good at buy-to-lets. If you're going to be doing something different to buy-to-lets, then you want to have a broker who is good at doing that particular type of strategy as well. Because too often I come across investors who don't get what they want or they don't get the best finance because they are trying to really push a square peg into a round hole. For example, trying to get somebody who's principally and predominantly a buy-to-let broker to raise finance for their HMO. Now, it can work to an extent, but it's not the best. If I'm going to be raising finance for a HMO, for example, I will go to a specialist HMO broker. Why? Because this is what they do day in, day out. They know all the lenders out there who are lending on HMOs. They know all the subtleties and the nuances of the different products that are being offered at the moment. And criteria changes all the time. You need somebody who understands that. Now, one of the big differences, for example, between a HMO and a buy-to-let is the way that the property is going to be valued. A HMO, we can call it a bricks and mortar valuation. You know, a house is a house. They'll look at the house and they think, well, if we sold it if the house was sold as a house, what would it fetch on the open market? You know, 3-bedroom terraced house, it's worth 80 grand. Bricks and mortar. It's not as simple with something like a HMO. With a HMO, it's possible to get something which is akin to commercial finance. So with a HMO, for example, the bank, if you go to the right bank, will look at the property in terms of its income and its cash flow, and they'll value it almost as a little business in its own right. So the £80,000 terraced house, once you've converted it into a HMO, which might cost you £40,000 or £50,000, by the way, could then theoretically be valued up maybe at £180,000, £190,000. Now, you wouldn't borrow £180,000 or £190,000 because the bank will still have a loan to value. Typically, it's still going to be around the 75% mark, and there may be other deductions which they take into account as well. But it's possible that that £80,000 terraced house, once it's become a HMO, you could borrow back, I don't know, £120,000, £130,000 and get all of your money back out. But the point is this, if you go to a broker who only does buy-to-let and they say, don't worry about it, I'll have a go, because everybody wants to have a go, they may not be able to achieve that for you. And that's something which has happened to me in the past. I went to a broker who was very earnest, really wanted to give it a go, but they weren't able to raise the HMO finance I wanted because they were so used to dealing with buy-to-let lenders. But I went to a specialist HMO lender, well, through a broker, a specialist HMO broker who took me to a specialist HMO lender, and I got all the money out which I required. Big difference in results just by going to the right person. So think about what it is you're trying to achieve and then find the right broker. By the way, if you want me to put you in touch with a decent broker who does HMOs, I'm very happy to do that. Just email me on thepropertyteacher@gmail.com, thepropertyteacher@gmail.com, and I'll put you in touch with a specialist HMO broker who should be able to help you. Well, I hope you found this video informative and educational and inspirational. If you have, please don't forget to subscribe, like or follow. Depending upon which platform you're watching this on, there'll be a button down here somewhere which you can click, which will help you to subscribe, like or follow. Then we can keep in touch, and then I can send you even more great property investing content. Well, I hope you found that informative and inspirational. Until next time, here's to successful property investing.